remaking torture devices in Melon Playground. Goats. So apparently honeysuckles were. So apparently they were forced. They were forced to put honeysuckles. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So this melon's gonna do it. Now, let the goats out. Let the goats out. Bah, bah, bah. I didn't want that to happen. Next is cake torture. Not really, guys. I made this one up. It's where they burn a cake right next to a melon and then force feed it to melon. Or they just blow up a corn. Or they just set a corn on fire and melon is forced to watch. Melon is forced to watch corn turn into and melon is forced to keep punching the corpse, which can lead to burns, which can lead to severe third-degree burns. Next is burning. Next gives you more than just the worse than third-degree burns. It gives you death. The brazen bowl. Now we're gonna have to build this one as a contraption. Now let's just leave the hole out. The brazen. Now let's just leave a tiny gap, so that all of them can hear Melon Supper! Ha ha! But we're gonna turn the brazen bowl into the brazen fish. Because this kind of does not look like a bowl, this looks like a fish. Ooh. It looks like a fish and a bowl, actually. So, and apparently, the bottom is just very long metal, and apparently they're hung over a gigantic fire and to be cooked alive. And they're supposedly laid down on the bottom part, which is gonna get the most heat out of it all. So this is what we're gonna do for the brazen bull project. We're just going to freeze it all together. Yeah, the brazen fish is not gonna be. It's gonna be super duper gruesome. That's why we're calling it the brazen fish, because it's blazing. That's why we're not gonna call it the brazen fish. We're calling it the blazing fish, because we're turning this guy into a blaze from Minecraft. And now we don't want this thing to collapse on the melon. We want the melon to actually live for a little bit. So we're then gonna select everything and freeze it in place. Okay, there. Our brazen fish does not look like a brazen fish. Oh shoot, I think I made it a little bit. Okay, so they're forced to lay down on the bottom, where they will put a bunch of wood. Where they will put a bunch of sticks underneath you and light them. And apparently this can get super hot and apparently inflames a person after 1 to 3, and apparently burns a person to death after just 1 to 3 minutes. 1 to 3. Yes, exactly 1 to 3. That's why I'm calling the blazing fish gruesome. But the brazen bull was even more gruesome. It would burn someone to death in approximately 3 seconds because 15 fires were lit in the brazen bull. So the brazen fish is not that gruesome in Melon Playground, but it's gruesome to Pumpkin. What did Pumpkin even ever do to me? Yeah, bro, Pumpkin passes. So let's just build our campfire. So let's just build our fire. Okay, we will put one crate just right here because apparently you're supposed to light multiple fires. And also we might put just a little bit money under the brazen fish. And boom, our brazen fish is complete. Apple, you're gonna have the worst and most gruesome death ever. You're gonna have the worst death possible. Brazen fish. The brazen fish. It takes just a little bit to burn it. So how about we add a little bit of extra fire to it so that we can burn it more and more until it's blazing. Ah. Wait, maybe we've got a new music like up. Just oof! Dang! Apple's always blazing. No. Oof! He's frying up. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna spare him. Apple gets spared. Apple, you get spared. Apple, you're getting spared. Phew, I'm getting spared. They're sparing me. Okay, but it's gonna take you a long time to recover. Dang. It's gonna take you a little bit to regrow your sprout. There, you've regrown your sprout. What was that? That was the blazing. That was the blazing fish. Dang. You spared Apple for that one. Okay, next apparently is actually from Saw. The next one is actually from Saw. It's the reverse bear trap. So first we're gonna have to activate a bear trap. What better way to do that than use a melon? And then we'll just delete that melon. Now we put his chompers onto that melon. Dang! I didn't know that was so gruesome. Maybe before we start that, we'll just regen him and then limb connect. Yeah, we're gonna have to band-aid this B word. Yeah, we'll just test this on a Melhead. But we're gonna have to disable collisions for the reverse bear trap. Okay, let's just get this over him. And activate! Great. It's a god. Okay, so looks like saw traps cannot be made. But this one can be made the thumb screw. The thumb screw. Okay, so first we're going to need a bear trap to hold his hand. So first we're gonna need to drop a bear trap onto his hand because this is supposed to be a thumb screw. Okay, so a thumb screw is going to be a bear trap. It goes down and down. They put your hand downer and downer. They put this thing downer and downer until your hand is supposedly broken. I don't think this is biblical, but I also think it is. Okay, so now you just have to tie his hand on. You still won't answer me? Okay, fine. Then you're getting the more, then it's going down. Dang it, this thumb screw is so, this thumb screw looks so gruesome. Oof, he's broken his hand. But we're still not at the bear trap. You know what, let's extend it. Let's make it, let's make the bear trap go higher. So that his dangling hand cannot take it anymore. So that his dangling hand breaks faster. Okay, now lower it. Downer. Downer. Down. Oof. The thumb screw wasn't actually that gruesome. So we're gonna make something called so we're gonna make a head so we're just gonna do the head strap, which I made up, by the way. The head strap, I made it up. This is a bonus round. Basically, they lower your head. So basically, they wrap your head onto a thing, and then they throw some. And apparently, they lower a bear trap down onto you. And apparently, there's a bear trap dangling. Wait, no! We already did it. No, we already did the trap. Let's just activate it. Dang it. And just make it claw on there. Well, we'll regenerate him. That was gruesome. Yeah, but the head strap is gonna be even more gruesome than that. Because the head strap is going to be dangling right near your head until the rope that's connecting it breaks. No! I hate when that happens! The rope fails. That's why I always selected the smaller item first. Screw it. There. Now it'll be dangling. Oh, great. I forgot to deactivate this flipping device. I got to deactivate this flipping thing. Okay, just to see if it falls. There, it's dangling. Now to keep it upside down, we are going to need another special device for that. And that thingy is this thing. And that thing. Oh shoot, the rope broke. Now the rope, gruesome. So actually it's just slowly dropping down. Basically, they deactivate it, and then it slowly rocks down. Like this. No, it's not supposed to rock down like that. It's supposed to point directly at your head. Whoa. That one is gruesome. The head strap was gruesome. Next is the fire room. I also made this one up. It's either called the fire room or the firing squad. I forgot. I think it's called the firing squad. I think it's from Death Row. I think it's from Death Row. But there. Just so that the firing squad. Can't miss. We're gonna put Apple up here to make sure that he does not die. So that the firing squad can't miss, we're gonna do this. Nope. It's impossible. No, why did we delete that? Yeah, bro, there's a problem with this. It always deletes the torso for some reason. So we're just gonna have to disable the collisions of all these dark-headed monkeys. Disable! Dang, this game is trash. This game has trash physics. And then let's make sure that the collisions are actually fully disabled. And now we'll fully flip him. Actually now disable collision. Now we can put Apple here. And 2 pistol guns. Okay, then firing squad is gruesome. Next is glass breaker punch. So apparently you just kick at them and their head breaks. I also made this one up. Next is the red light, green light thing. It's just a minigun that's stuck in a wall. It's just a minigun that's toggled in a wall. That's the toggled minigun in the wall. It's still rolling, and they instantly die. It goes so fast and it looks like it's barely even moving. It's so fast. It's so fast and it looks like it's not moving. Barrel. Open. You know what? This is our trap. we do that. There's like these are into the trash. Dang, that's harsh.